Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success effortlessly while others struggle despite working incredibly hard? And what if I told you that the difference has nothing to do with luck or circumstance, but everything to do with understanding how your mind actually creates your reality? Right now, in this very moment, you're using one of the most powerful forces in the universe, your thoughts. And most people have no idea they're doing it, which means they're creating their lives unconsciously instead of deliberately designing the experiences they truly want. Here's what most people get wrong about manifestation. They think it's about wishing really hard or making vision boards and hoping something magical happens. But the truth is much more practical and scientific than that. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined, which is why when you watch a scary movie, your heart races even though you know it's not actually happening to you. This same principle applies to everything in your life. What you consistently think about and emotionally connect with becomes your reality because your mind is constantly scanning your environment for evidence to support your dominant thoughts. Think about when you decided to buy a new car, and suddenly you started seeing that exact model everywhere. The cars were always there, but your mind wasn't tuned into noticing them until they became important to you. Research shows that your thoughts generate electromagnetic frequencies that literally broadcast into the world around you, attracting experiences, people, and opportunities that match your mental and emotional state. Studies in neuroscience reveal that your brain forms neural pathways based on repetitive thought patterns, which means the more you think a certain way, the more automatic that thinking becomes, essentially programming your subconscious mind to operate on autopilot in that direction. The fascinating part is that approximately 95% of your daily actions and thoughts are controlled by your subconscious programming, which was mostly formed before you were 7 years old by absorbing everything around you without any filters. This explains why so many people feel stuck repeating the same patterns even when they consciously want different results, because their subconscious programming is running the show behind the scenes. Experts have found that the key to changing your reality starts with becoming aware of your predominant thought patterns. And here's a simple way to check what you're currently manifesting. Look at your life right now because everything you're experiencing is a direct reflection of your past thinking. If you don't like what you see, the beautiful news is you can change it starting today by intentionally redirecting your mental energy. But first, you need to understand that your mind operates on 3 levels. The conscious mind, which is your aware, thinking self, the subconscious mind, which stores all your memories and automatic programs, and the superconscious mind, which connects you to infinite intelligence and creativity beyond your individual awareness. When you learn to work with all 3 levels harmoniously, you become unstoppable in creating the life you desire.
Act as a professional audiobook summary teller. Let me share something personal that completely changed my perspective on this. There was a time when I constantly worried about money and opportunities, always feeling like there wasn't enough to go around. And guess what kept showing up in my life? More situations that confirmed scarcity. The moment I shifted my internal dialogue to abundance and started noticing all the resources already available to me, everything changed. Not because the world suddenly became more abundant, but because I trained my mind to recognize abundance that was already present. Your thoughts are like seeds you plant in a garden. Whatever you consistently plant will eventually grow and produce fruit. So if you're planting seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, that's exactly what you'll harvest. Imagine someone who wakes up every morning and immediately starts thinking about everything that could go wrong in their day. Their mind is now primed to notice problems and interpret neutral situations as threatening, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where their day actually does go poorly, not because fate determined it, but because their mental filter actively sought out negative experiences. Contrast that with someone who starts their day with gratitude and positive expectation. Their brain is now scanning for opportunities and interpreting challenges as solvable problems, naturally attracting better outcomes through their shifted perception. Research in quantum physics has shown that the observer effect means the act of observing something actually changes its behavior at the subatomic level, suggesting that your attention and expectation literally influence physical reality in ways we're only beginning to understand scientifically. Now, let's talk about the practical process of manifesting, which starts with getting crystal clear about what you actually want. And I mean specific details, not vague wishes like wanting to be happy or successful. Your mind needs a clear target to work toward. So instead of saying you want more money, decide exactly how much you want, by when, and what you'll use it to experience or create. The reason specificity matters is because your subconscious mind thinks in pictures and feelings, not in abstract concepts. So the more vividly you can imagine your desired outcome with sensory details, the more real it becomes to your nervous system. Studies reveal that when you visualize an experience with emotional intensity, your brain releases the same neurochemicals as if you were actually living that experience, literally rewiring your neural networks to support that reality. Here's the practice that changes everything. Spend at least 10 minutes daily in a relaxed state, vividly imagining your desired outcome as if it's happening right now. Not someday in the future, but in this present moment. Feel the emotions of already having achieved your goal. See the specific details of your environment. Hear the sounds around you, and let your body physically experience the sensation of success. This isn't just daydreaming, you're actually training your nervous system and subconscious mind to recognize and move toward the circumstances that match your vision.
Act as a professional audiobook summary teller. While on bad days, everything feels difficult, and people seem less cooperative. This demonstrates how your internal state directly influences your external experiences, through both your perception and the energy you're radiating that others unconsciously respond to. Think about your own life. When have you experienced something you'd been intensely focused on suddenly manifesting in unexpected ways? Drop a comment telling me about a time when your strong thoughts or feelings seemed to attract a matching experience, because recognizing these past successes builds your confidence in the process. Now let me address the biggest mistake people make when trying to manifest. They focus intensely on what they want for a few days, then get discouraged when nothing immediately appears, and return to their old thought patterns, completely canceling out the manifestation momentum they were building. Manifestation isn't a one-time event. It's a consistent practice of maintaining a mental and emotional frequency that matches your desired outcome, even before physical evidence appears. Research shows it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit, which means you need to commit to your new thought patterns for at least 2 months before they become automatic. The 7-day rapid manifestation technique works because it creates such intense focus and emotional charge around your desire that your subconscious mind prioritizes it above all other programming. But you have to follow through completely without wavering. Here's exactly how it works. For 7 consecutive days, you'll write your specific desired outcome 100 times daily, as if it's already happened, using present tense and emotional language like, "I'm so grateful and happy that I've manifested this amazing opportunity." Writing by hand is crucial because it engages your motor cortex and creates stronger neural pathways than typing. And the repetition literally hammers the new belief into your subconscious through sheer consistency. Additionally, you'll visualize your desired outcome twice daily for 15 minutes, once in the morning upon waking, when your brain is in a more receptive alpha state, and once before sleep, when your subconscious is most programmable. During visualization, you'll engage all 5 senses and amplify the positive emotions of already having your desire, because emotion is the fuel that powers manifestation. Studies in neuroscience confirm that emotionally charged experiences create stronger memories and neural connections, which is why traumatic events are remembered so vividly, and why positive peak experiences transform people's lives.
The key understanding is that your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. So when you repeatedly visualize with strong emotion, your nervous system begins believing this is your actual reality and naturally guides your decisions and actions toward making it physically true. Here's what happens on a deeper level. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, which filters the millions of bits of information bombarding your senses every second, deciding what's important enough to bring to your conscious awareness.
When you consistently focus on a specific outcome, you're programming your reticular activating system to notice opportunities, resources, and connections related to that outcome that were always there but previously invisible to you. Imagine walking through a crowded marketplace looking for a specific rare book. Suddenly, your eyes seem magnetically drawn to that exact book, even though hundreds of other items surround it. That's your reticular activating system at work. This is why people say opportunities appear when you're clear about your goals. The opportunities were always present, but your mind wasn't tuned to recognize them until you programmed it with clear intention. Now let's talk about the emotional component, because this is where most people struggle. You can visualize perfectly and write affirmations all day, but if you don't genuinely feel worthy of receiving your desire, you'll sabotage yourself unconsciously. Your self-worth determines your net worth in every area of life, not just financially, but in relationships, health, and overall life satisfaction. Research in psychology shows that people unconsciously create circumstances that match their internal self-concept. So if deep down you believe you don't deserve success or happiness, you'll make decisions that confirm that belief even while consciously wanting something different. The solution is to work on loving and accepting yourself unconditionally right now, not after you achieve your goals, but in this present moment with all your perceived flaws and limitations. When you genuinely love yourself, you naturally take better care of your physical health, make better financial decisions, set healthier boundaries in relationships, and attract people who treat you well, because you've set the standard by how you treat yourself. Here's a powerful practice. Look in the mirror daily and speak kind, encouraging words to yourself as if you're talking to your best friend. Because that harsh inner critic voice that points out everything wrong with you is just old programming from childhood that you can override with conscious repetition of positive self-talk. Studies reveal that the way you speak to yourself directly impacts your cortisol levels, immune function, and overall physical health. Meaning negative self-talk literally makes you sick, while positive self-talk strengthens your body's natural healing abilities. I'm curious, what's your current relationship with yourself like? Are you your own best friend or your harshest critic? The quality of your self-relationship determines the quality of everything else you experience, because you cannot give others what you don't possess internally. Think about someone you know who seems to effortlessly attract good things. I guarantee they have a positive self-concept and genuinely believe they deserve good experiences, which creates a magnetic energy that others want to be around. Contrast that with someone who constantly complains and sees themselves as a victim. They repel opportunities, and people unconsciously avoid them because their energy is draining. Your energy field, which scientists can now measure with specialized equipment, extends several feet beyond your physical body and communicates your internal state to everyone around you before you even speak.
This explains why you can walk into a room and immediately sense tension or happiness, even without anyone saying a word. You're picking up on the collective energy field present in that space. When you work on raising your personal vibration through positive thoughts, self-love, gratitude, and joyful activities, you become a magnet for high-vibration people and experiences. Now let's discuss the critical letting go phase that trips up most people. After you've set your intention clearly, visualized with emotion, and taken aligned action, you must release attachment to the specific timing and manner of your manifestation. This seems counterintuitive because you're intensely focused on your desire, but attachment actually creates resistance through the underlying fear that you might not get what you want. Research in psychology shows that desperate energy repels what you seek because desperation comes from a place of lack rather than abundance. Imagine someone desperately trying to make a romantic relationship happen. Their neediness pushes people away because it signals low self-worth and emotional instability. whereas someone who's content being single naturally attracts partners because their energy communicates wholeness and self-sufficiency. The same principle applies to every manifestation. When you trust that what you desire is already on its way, and you feel genuinely okay whether it arrives tomorrow or next month, you remove the resistance and allow universal intelligence to orchestrate the perfect timing and circumstances. This doesn't mean being passive and doing nothing. It means taking inspired action when opportunities appear, while simultaneously trusting the process without obsessively checking for results every 5 minutes. Studies in neuroscience show that when you're in a relaxed, trusting state, your prefrontal cortex functions optimally for creative problem-solving and opportunity recognition, whereas anxiety and stress shut down your higher brain functions and keep you stuck in survival mode. Have you ever noticed how solutions to problems often appear when you stop forcing and just relax? Maybe in the shower or during a walk when your mind is quiet? That's because your superconscious mind can only communicate clearly when your conscious mind stops its constant chatter and anxiety. Here's the practice that helps you let go while staying focused. After your morning visualization and writing session, mentally hand your desire over to universal intelligence and say, either out loud or internally, "I trust this is manifesting in perfect timing for my highest good, and I'm open to receiving it in ways better than I can imagine." Then go about your day focusing on feeling good, being productive, and appreciating what you already have, rather than obsessing about what's missing. This creates the perfect balance between intention setting and allowing, which is the sweet spot where manifestations happen most rapidly.
You need to take care of your body. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect or super athletic. It simply means making conscious choices that support your energy rather than deplete it. The fastest way to raise your physical vibration is consuming foods that are alive with energy, particularly fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds that come directly from nature rather than processed foods created in factories. Think about how you feel after eating a fresh salad with colorful vegetables versus how you feel after eating fast food. Your body literally feels lighter and more energized with whole foods because they contain the life force energy from the sun and earth. Studies in nutrition science confirm that processed foods create inflammation, brain fog, and energy crashes, while whole plant foods provide sustained energy and mental clarity. When you feel physically vibrant, your thoughts naturally become more positive and your emotions more stable, creating an upward spiral of well-being that accelerates manifestation. Additionally, moving your body daily through whatever exercise you enjoy sends a powerful message to your subconscious that you value yourself and are taking action toward the vibrant life you're creating. Research shows that just 20 minutes of moderate exercise releases endorphins that improve mood, and 30 minutes of daily movement significantly reduces anxiety and depression while boosting confidence. Here's something powerful to try right now. Take 3 deep belly breaths, breathing in for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 6, which immediately activates your parasympathetic nervous system and brings you into a calmer, more centered state where manifestation happens naturally. Your breath is the most underutilized tool for changing your state instantly, yet it's always available and completely free. When you feel stressed or doubtful, simply pause and breathe deeply for 1 minute, which resets your nervous system and clears mental fog. Now let's talk about the spiritual dimension of manifestation, which doesn't require any religious belief, but simply recognizing you're part of something greater than your individual self. Research in quantum physics reveals that everything in the universe is connected through invisible energy fields, and what appears as separate objects are actually different expressions of the same universal energy vibrating at different frequencies. This means you're literally connected to every person, animal, plant, and object through this underlying field of consciousness that some call God, the universe, source energy, or simply life force. When you understand this connection, you realize you're not a small, separate being trying to get things from a stingy universe. Instead, you're an individualized expression of the same creative intelligence that grows flowers and rotates planets, which means the same power that does all that lives inside you right now. Studies in consciousness research suggest that your individual mind is connected to a greater universal mind that has access to all information and possibilities beyond your limited perception. This is why insights and ideas seem to come from beyond your normal thinking.
They're actually coming from this deeper intelligence that you can consciously tap into through meditation, visualization, and asking for guidance. Here's a practice that connects you to this deeper wisdom. Sit quietly for 5 minutes daily. Close your eyes and simply observe your thoughts without judgment, allowing them to pass like clouds in the sky without grabbing onto any particular thought. This creates space for intuitive insights to emerge, and you'll often receive guidance about actions to take or people to connect with that logically don't make sense but turn out to be perfect synchronicities. Have you experienced moments where you had a strong gut feeling about something that turned out to be exactly right, even though you couldn't explain why logically? That's your connection to universal intelligence guiding you. And the more you trust and follow these intuitive hits, the stronger this guidance becomes. Now we're going to synthesize everything into a practical action plan you can start immediately, because information without application is just entertainment and won't change your life. First, get crystal clear on one specific thing you want to manifest in the next 30 days. Write it in present tense, as if it's already happened, including specific details and the positive emotions you'll feel. Second, commit to the 7-day intensive practice of writing your desired outcome 100 times daily and visualizing twice daily for 15 minutes with full emotional engagement. Third, throughout each day, consciously monitor your thoughts and immediately replace any negative or doubtful thoughts with positive affirmations that support your desired outcome. Fourth, take at least one aligned action daily toward your goal, even if it's small, because action demonstrates to your subconscious that you're serious and signals to the universe that you're ready to receive. Fifth, practice gratitude for what you already have and for what's on its way to you, spending 5 minutes each evening writing down 5 things you're grateful for. Sixth, take care of your physical body through nutritious food, daily movement, and adequate sleep, because your body is the vehicle through which you experience your manifestations. Seventh, release attachment to specific timing and outcomes by trusting that universal intelligence is orchestrating perfect circumstances for you. Studies across multiple disciplines, including neuroscience, psychology, and quantum physics, all point to the same conclusion. Your conscious attention and intention directly influence your experience of reality, which means you're far more powerful than you've been taught to believe. The reason most people don't experience this power is simply because they've never been taught how to use it deliberately, so they create unconsciously based on whatever random thoughts dominate their mind. When you take conscious control of your mental and emotional state, you take control of your life experience. And this is not metaphorical, it's literal cause and effect, playing out through the laws of physics and psychology. Think about the areas of your life that are working well right now. I guarantee you have positive beliefs and expectations in those areas, whereas the areas that struggle are precisely the areas where you hold limiting beliefs and negative expectations.
The beautiful truth is you can change any area of your life by changing the beliefs and thoughts you hold about that area. And while it requires consistency and patience, the results are absolutely guaranteed because you're working with natural laws that work for everyone regardless of background or circumstances. Here's what I want you to understand on a deep level. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not unworthy. Those are just false beliefs you adopted from external sources that have nothing to do with your true nature. Your true nature is creative, abundant, and powerful. And the only thing between you and the life you desire is the gap between your current habitual thoughts and the thoughts you need to think consistently to create that life. This gap can be closed through daily practice, just like learning any skill. And the practice becomes easier and more natural the more you do it, until eventually your new positive thought patterns become as automatic as your old negative ones used to be. Research in neuroplasticity confirms that your brain physically changes structure based on your habitual thoughts and actions, growing new neural pathways and pruning old, unused ones throughout your entire life, which means you're never stuck with your current programming. Every single day, you have the opportunity to rewire your brain through conscious attention and repetition, and 60 days of consistent practice can completely transform your default mental patterns. I'm curious, which principle from everything we've covered resonates most strongly with you? Is it the power of visualization, the importance of self-love, the need to release attachment, or something else? Drop a comment and let me know, because teaching others solidifies your own understanding and creates accountability for actually implementing what you've learned. Here's something I want to be completely honest about with you. Changing your life through these principles requires genuine commitment and consistency. It's not a magic pill you take once and everything instantly transforms. However, it's also not complicated or difficult. It simply requires showing up daily to do the practices, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because those are the days that build the strongest neural pathways. The people who succeed with manifestation are not special or more talented. They're simply more consistent with the practices and more committed to maintaining positive focus regardless of temporary circumstances. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. You probably fell dozens of times before your body learned the balance, but once you learned it, it became automatic and effortless. The same progression happens with manifestation skills. Your first week might feel awkward and forced. Your second week, you'll notice some momentum. By the third week, it starts feeling more natural. And within 2 months, it becomes your new normal operating system. The question isn't whether this works, because the scientific evidence and countless success stories prove it does. The question is whether you'll commit to consistent practice long enough to experience the results yourself. What I've shared with you today represents wisdom that has transformed millions of lives across cultures and throughout history.
From ancient spiritual traditions to modern neuroscience, the same principles appear repeatedly because they reflect how consciousness actually works. You now have a complete roadmap for deliberately creating the life you desire in any area: relationships, health, finances, career, personal growth. All of it works the same way through your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and aligned actions. The next step is entirely up to you. You can treat this information as interesting ideas and return to your habitual patterns, or you can decide right now that today marks the beginning of your conscious creation journey and commit to the 7-day intensive practice starting tomorrow morning. I encourage you to write down your specific desired outcome tonight before bed so your subconscious mind begins working on it during sleep. Then wake up tomorrow ready to begin your first day of intensive manifestation practice with full commitment and enthusiasm. Remember that doubt and old thought patterns will try to resurface. That's completely normal and doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It simply means your old programming is being challenged and it's fighting to stay alive. Each time doubt appears, acknowledge it without judgment and gently redirect your focus back to your desired outcome and positive affirmations. This conscious redirection is the practice that rewires your brain. Studies show that it takes approximately 200 repetitions to create a new neural pathway and 2,000 repetitions to make it automatic. So be patient with yourself while also staying committed to the daily practices. In our next video, we're going to dive deep into advanced manifestation techniques for accelerating results and overcoming specific blocks that keep people stuck. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss that powerful content. I also want to create videos addressing your specific challenges and questions. So please leave a comment telling me the #1 obstacle you face with manifestation or the specific area of life where you most want to see improvement. Your comments directly influence the content I create, and I read every single one because this is a community of conscious creators supporting each other's growth. Before we wrap up, I want to acknowledge you for investing this hour in yourself and your personal development, because that decision alone demonstrates that you're serious about creating positive change and you're willing to learn and grow. Most people never invest in learning these principles because they're too comfortable with familiar struggle or too skeptical to try something that challenges conventional thinking. The fact that you're still here watching proves you're different. You're someone who recognizes there's more to life than what meets the eye, and you're willing to explore your potential even if it feels uncomfortable initially. This openness and willingness is exactly the mindset required for manifestation to work powerfully in your life. So trust that you're on the right path, and everything you need will appear at the perfect time. I'm genuinely grateful you spent this time with me today, and I'm excited to hear about the amazing things you're going to manifest using these principles. If this video provided value,
Please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs this information. Because when you share valuable knowledge, you reinforce it in your own consciousness and help others while simultaneously raising the collective vibration. The universe loves circulation of good energy, so let's keep this positive momentum flowing. Remember, you are not limited by your circumstances, your past, or what anyone has told you about what's possible for you. You are a powerful, creative being with unlimited potential, and the life you dream about is not only possible, but inevitable once you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that reality. Start today. Stay consistent, trust the process, and watch your world transform in ways that will amaze you. Thank you for being here. I believe in you and your manifestation journey, and I can't wait to see you in the next video where we go even deeper into mastering your creative power. Until then, keep your vibration high, your thoughts positive, and your heart open to receiving all the abundance flowing your way right now.